Welcome, Libra, to your Astrodice reading for July. Hope you friends are doing great out there. If you friends like this, please like and subscribe. Okay, friends, let's see what's going on with you. Best message. And then for those of you who are new, this is where I take astrology with tarot, make a small horoscope for the month using only one of the 12 houses. Best house, best house, best energy. Having the third house coming out, ooh, with some Saturn energy and using some Cancer. Wow, that's some interesting energy you got going on over here, my friends. Let's see. The part of you that accepts the challenge to gain wisdom. And doing it Cancerian style. The energy is emotional, sensitive, caring, and loving, and it may concern family, a mother or a child, or anyone within your family or close loved ones. We'll just say that. It could even be family, friends, generalized reading. You know, those you consider your sister, your brother that you've known a long time. You know, there's that we say, you know, sometimes, you know, blood is not always thicker than water. Sometimes water can be even a little bit better, right? I've got a best friend that might be more of a sister than my own sister type of scenario. The third house, your potential to learn something in your local neighborhood. So definitely I'm feeling like because of the Saturn and there's some kind of challenge that accepts to gain some kind of wisdom, there is something that's coming to your attention that you're going to gain knowledge about for sure. Something that's going to be a little sensitive to the situation. I mean, it's definitely going to bring your attention towards your family or those you really do dearly care for. And getting straight into the situation. The situation is taking place in the beginning of the month, the middle of the month, and the end of the month. Whoa. First card out is increase. An increase in knowledge. Something you didn't know about. But it's going to take a milestone to reach it. So definitely in the beginning of the month, you already showing the increase of something that you're unaware of. It's going to definitely hit a milestone within the situation. And going to the mid-month. Victim mentality is upside down. That's good though. That means that whoever might have been playing victim, they're definitely not going to be playing victim anymore. Okay, so, or if you're in your head about the situation and thought that it was a hopeless situation, it's something that was never going to fix itself, something that you've learned, you're not going to allow that to weigh you down. So I love that. You have a loving man. It doesn't have to be a man. It could also be a woman. And you also have peace. Oh, I like that. Okay. So finding peace within the situation, honoring the path. Optimism is upside down. And dark thoughts is upside down, so that's also a good thing. But I feel like that's also kind of working on that victim mentality over there too, my friends, saying that it's okay because, you know what, I'm not going to allow this to completely destroy everything. In the middle of the month, we do have the loving man coming through, whether it's male or female. It could just be that there could be a female who's a little more firm and a little more dominant within the situation at hand, because they're going to put out that energy, that masculine energy to the situation. Okay, that's what that means. So going straight over here to the beginning of the month, something is coming to your attention in the very beginning of the month to the situation where you are, you know, kind of seeing things. So clarifying on the increase over here of what accepts the challenge within the Saturn and why the Saturn is accepting this challenge and increasing the acceptance of the challenge to learn something that seems hidden is because the truth will be exposed through the situation that's coming to light for you, which is actually causing a little drama within the situation. and really pulling out a little chaos. It does feel like you're trying to let it go and not allowing it to, to affect you at this time. Just kind of, brushing it off. It feels like the brush off of whatever you're learning. Definitely could be from a Scorpio or an Aquarius. This person is telling you some information, but it does feel like you're trying to avoid any kind of confrontation through this situation and trying to keep the peace within the situation. It's talking about this, wow. It does feel like you do have this other person to service for you. It could be a Taurus, Capricorn, or a Virgo who is at service for the situation, where you feel like it is kind of coming to an end. Once this truth comes out, it kind of pushes that away. But you're trying not to let it affect you. But this Earth sign is definitely trying to fix the situation. So for now, it doesn't have to be any of these signs, okay? We're just reading what we see so that we can give leeway, right, to who we are talking about, especially when we have more than one person. So we're going to say the Aquarius is telling you that Scorpio, yada, yada, and then the Earth sign comes in and says, oh, don't worry, I got your back, right? And this is going to keep your emotions at bay. So, thank God for this other person, right? Because they're the ones that are going to keep that milestone going and keep you emotionally set so that you can really perceive. And this is so you don't get stuck inside your head over here. This is so you can continue to keep going strong within your emotions. And that's that Cancer, because you don't want that Cancer to overcome and say, okay, no, you have to keep peace of mind over here and really keep yourself peaceful from the confrontations. Because you're saying, I don't want to do that. Because your partnerships matter a great deal to you, right? This is something big. I don't need that. I don't want to hear that. Problem is, you have the victim mentality coming through as you're still learning things. Things are still coming to light because it's in the third house. Third house is where we learn. The Page of Swords upside down. Somebody might be watching you. The King of Swords, this is the same person. Spirit says, the king who told you the information, right, is now continuing to tell you information. It's just that you're trying not to let it affect you. It's almost like you're maintaining boundaries and calling off and settling behaviors. You're saying, I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear this stuff. They're saying, no, you're not nurturing the situation. You're not seeing it. You don't see that this person may be unfaithful to you. Wow. So they're trying to say that this is not where the love is. This is not where the faithfulness is. They're ungrateful to you. This is not blossoming the way you want it to blossom. Where you're finding the loving man is from the past, but the past is saying, well, you're not seeing it the way maybe they're just calling out past stuff though too, guys, about stuff that from your, like the skeletons in the closet type of effect. You see what I'm saying? Trying to cause conflict with a partner from their skeletons in the past. That's, what? And then of course the Earth sign over here is like, who gives a shit? I'm going to tell you right now, I'm an Earth sign, I'm a Taurus, and I say, who gives a crap? Did they murder someone? Did they literally hurt someone? Did they really do something so horrible that it's worth calling out? Or are you just calling out because you're being a bully and you're being a jerk? Yeah, see, that's the point. So that's kind of the point that I'm kind of seeing here is they're calling them on their misgrievances of the past, of something stupid, that who gives a shit, because it was probably a learning experience from when I was 20 anyways. Who cares? So what are they going to call them out on? Did you know that they stole that bubble gum from the store? Okay, I don't care about them stealing bubblegum from the store. Yeah, and so did my 5-year-old. And so did my friend when we were in high school. And now she's a lawyer. What the hell does that have anything to do with any of this? Like I said, unless they're actually calling out on misgrievances that has something to do with today, because I see the 6 of Cups, which is saying they're bringing up skeletons in the closet that are meaningless. So, with the Empress over here, they're just causing drama. And the more that you're figuring this out, so far they haven't said anything that's worth a shit. They're just causing pain and agony and telling you all this stuff. These are things that you are learning, right? Because it's the third house, but it's things that you're also standing against. So it's just going to cause frustration. So you're keeping the peace. Yeah. And ignoring them. Now you're going to ignore them. Because look, you have other things that you have to perceive and other things that's going on, and this is all bullshit, guys. It's toxic behavior that's completely just coming out of the blue to undo something. Who is this person? Do they want you? Is it somebody who wants your attention, who wants to date you, or is it just somebody who hates this person and wants you to not like them? Something is going on. And this could also be happening against you. Right? Generalized reading. The energy comes through. It could be flowing from one to the other. So, you know, but it doesn't matter because they don't see it that way anyway. So it doesn't matter how it's going to go. Right? Walking away from the situation, no progress there because you're going to keep your peace. Be honorable to yourself with the Emperor in the middle. Be that loving man and that loving woman, because you know what, guys, this right here is drama and there is no reason for this. And I said it in another reading to somebody else. It could also be because we're in Saturn retrograde and they want to bring up these old relationships. Remember, Saturn retrograde is about past relationships. It's about your family and your family life. So it's almost got kind of a little bit of that Mercury retrograde feel to it in some ways, where it brings the exes back to try to, communicate this or want that, right? The only difference is that there's not as much usually communication, right? Because that's Mercury. This is definitely hitting that fourth house of Capricorn. I'm talking about those relationships and where people might even be coming back from the past, trying to get your attention. Oh my gosh. Could even be their ex coming back, trying to ruin a relationship. So however it is, you're going to honor your past over here and not worry about the situation. Just do not allow yourself to become vulnerable enough to, let this in your head, okay? And I love that the mental is upside down because it is saying you're not really, perceiving too much of it, right? And it could be also that they're just trying to ruin their public reputation. And like I said, if this is not about them, it could be definitely about you. And they could be trying to ruin your public reputation. Right? Because this could definitely also be delivering news about your career or your public reputation. Especially when we're talking about Cancer. Right? So honoring the path, there it is again. Whatever it is, there's a lot of, look at that. Wanting to argue about the situation, but coming to a compromise. Look at that. Stepping away from any kind of argument. Kind of coming to a compromise with this person who wants to cause all this drama. The proposals, the actions of what they're doing and what they're telling you. Oh yeah, I definitely cold shoulder that shit. I wouldn't even allow that. Why? Because they're trying to bring your optimism down. They're kind of trying to get into your head, but you are starting to feel a little negative about the situation. The more that you keep learning about the situation over here, it is looking not very good. But it's still not, I think the negative piece, guys, more than anything, is just the idea that they're just bringing the energy down. It's a downer. It's a downer more than anything. Right? Because they're trying to get your attention. They're trying to make matters matter where they don't really matter. So even if you're trying to brush them underneath the rug, and get these skeletons out of the closet or don't care and try to push them back in because it's none, and something that they're saying might not even, it doesn't even really involve you. So it's not even any of your business. And you're trying to play this out the way you can. But you might also have to start confronting your shadow side, and generalize the patterns of what's going on within the situation so that you don't get stuck up in this situation. Yeah, it's going to have you're going to walk away from it. Close that door. Don't allow them to say, just tell them, I don't care. Right? I don't care. But when it really comes to the public image and everything, the only thing I don't like here is it feels like towards the end of the month, they're trying to pull you in. You know what I'm saying? Into the situation so much where it is affecting you. You see what I'm saying? Now it was all about them. Now it's this massive change of how they're affecting you and bringing you into the situation. And that's bad. That's not good. Yeah, separating yourself from the situation as they're lying, thieving, right, from what the truth really is, and not really giving you any decisiveness to the situation. So it's like, oh, okay. So trying to make you now into this recognized person. It's kind of like if somebody had really bad behavior, you're going to back them up to the situation. That's what they're trying to do. Oh, well, you didn't care that they did that. Oh, well, you're bad too. You see what I'm saying? Or just bringing in shocking pieces to try to make the connection even closer to the situation. They're just however you want to see it, guys, are trying to make you into the bad guy. So it's kind of a switch. And they're definitely working on your psyche no matter what. Because they're trying to get you in your head about the situation. And that could be definitely where the switch is as well. Look, if you find that in the end of the month that they're not pulling you into that situation this way, they're just pulling all this information and kind of shoving it into your head. And that's where it feels like you're getting more involved in the situation one way or another. Whether it's an actual, say so, of public image type of thing, or whether it's just getting you stuck, right? Because people have a way of getting us stuck inside our heads about these situations, making your person or yourself look like the bad guy, and then making the other one look bad as well. So then they'd be like, well, you're Bonnie and Clyde, you're both bad together. I could see why they picked you, you know what I mean? That kind of scenario. But I feel like this is some kind of jealousy thing going on, and that they want your person's attention. I see this past with the Emperor here, and I really feel like this is some kind of ex of yours or theirs, that they're coming back to try to weasel. I don't even know if they want them back, or they just have, you know what it is? It feels vicious. It's a vicious attack. That's exactly what it is. It's a vicious attack. I don't think they want them back. They're here because they have grievances of their own that they've never gotten rid of. So you see what I'm saying? Something happened within the situation, and this person is full, just full of hatred. And towards this person or yourself. There's a grudge going on here no matter what. That's really what this is. And then bringing other people into the situation. That's why I love the earth sign though here, because, it's almost like it's like, don't listen to that. Who gives a crap? But we can all say that, but it doesn't mean that really fixes the situation. It looks like they can only really truly fix the situation and help you out towards the beginning of the month. It doesn't mean that they won't be there to try to support you through the rest of the month. It just feels like they really make the biggest impact in the beginning of the month, right? By really keeping your emotions going. But if it, as it goes and goes and goes, that impact, of course, is going to wash away a little bit. But it doesn't say here because we don't dig that deep. So when and if this comes back within the month, we will know whether or not the earth sign can continue to really give way of that support through the rest of the month. Right now, we only see him or her in the beginning of the month. But like I said, we don't dig that deep, so we will see how that's going to play out and see if they're going to be more impactful to keep you from this mental place, because you have this person over here who's very helpful and at service. It's going to make a huge difference. Because I'm kind of thinking here that with the proposal of the Hermit, they may be just telling you to cold shoulder them and don't listen no more. So I kind of see that as well. So that could be a huge point to where, and it's kind of catty-cornering itself a little bit. So it could be a huge thing that they're telling you to do that as well. Hey, don't listen. Shut that door. Tell them take a hike. Okay. And until next time, my friends. you.